Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise, and today I'm here to bring you the conclusion of the Monster Hunter Rise All Weapons Tournament. By the end of this video, you will know which one of the 14 weapons is the most popular weapon in Monster Hunter Rise. And in case you guys don't like the results of this video, you only have yourselves to blame because you were the ones voting on this tournament, you were the ones calling all the shots, and you were the ones that ultimately elected this weapon the most popular weapon in Monster Hunter Rise. In all honesty, this has been something that was really fun to do. I've been posting these polls on the community section of the YouTube channel, and I've been pitching weapons against each other in groups of 5. The reason we do that is because we actually can't put more than 5 weapons in each group. Now, some people didn't really like the order that I initially put the weapons in, and I was actually thinking at the start, like, look, there's a lot of ways in which I can order this. I can put, like, for instance, gun lance versus lance, hammer versus hunting horn, and all of these things. And I can really, you know, rearrange these things in a way that might seem like it makes sense, but ultimately you're going to be favoring certain weapons over others. So what I decided to do was just take the order that they were in on the official website and just do the first round like that. So in case you guys are wondering, why'd you team up this weapon with that weapon? I went with the order that was in the original website for the first passing of weapons. And having said that, let's get this party started, shall we? In the very first post, obviously, we have the greatsword, the longsword, the sword and shield, the dual blades, and the lance. The least voted weapon by a long shot out of every single post, by the way, were the dual blades, which caused me to essentially eliminate the dual blades on the first passing of weapons because it's just the way that I was posting weapons. It just makes sense to get rid of one of them. It would make things easier in the future postings, and dual blades were the least voted of all the weapons. I want you to take that in. They were the least voted of every single weapon, which was surprising to me because dual blades are actually pretty solid in Monster Hunter Rise. At least their moveset is a lot of fun. I personally said that I was very surprised by the dual blades, which was not a weapon that I particularly cared that much about in Monster Hunter World. So seeing them being the least voted of all was very surprising. Coming up next was the lance, which was the second least voted of all in the first post. The dual blades were 12%, by the way, the lance was 16%. Then came the sword and shield, and I am actually really happy with the fact that sword and shield made it into third place of the first poll because that meant that sword and shield was going to move forward, and I was like, yes, one of my weapons is in. Then obviously came, actually maybe not obviously, but then we have the longsword at 24%, which was actually surprising, but then again, maybe it shouldn't be surprising because ultimately it is you guys, my audience, my Iron Breakers, and I'm so proud of you. That longsword didn't win. The real winner here was the greatsword, the big, meaty friggin' chops. The big chops were the winners of the first round. But anyways, in each of these first rounds that I did, 3 weapons moved forward with the exception of the last one, which only included 4 weapons, and I decided to only take 2 weapons forward. So the weapons that classified on the first round of the All Weapons Tournament was sword and shield, number 3, longsword, number 2, greatsword, number 1, baby. Then we move on to the next round of the tournament. And that one included the gun lance, the hammer, the hunting horn, the switch axe, and the charge blade. And boy, did I get complaints in this particular round right here. People complained so much. They were like, how are you going to make me choose between all of these awesome weapons, Rurikhan? And like I said, I didn't decide the order. The order was set forth in the official website. But this was potentially one of my biggest disappointments in you guys. I can't believe that you did my baby dirty. You did her so dirty. You just, you couldn't help yourselves because you just had to rub it in. You had to rub it in. Gun lance came last in this poll with 14%. Good God. Hammer came second to last with 17%. And then, in third place, and this is very surprising, as you guys will see when we get to the final post, this is very surprising, but in third place, we have the Switch Axe with 21%. Then, we have the Charge Blade with 23%. And finally, the winner of the second round of the tournament was the Hunting Horn with 25%. So, basically, the three weapons that moved forward in this round of the tournament was Switch Axe, Charge Blade, and Hunting Horn. And good God, that Hunting Horn, huh? Anyway, let's move on to the third round of the tournament, which obviously includes Insect Glaive, Bow, Light Bowgun, and Heavy Bowgun. Now, I was a little bit surprised by this one. The results on this one were definitely not something that I was expecting. We have, at the very end, the Light Bowgun, which out of the ranged weapons might actually be the one that I enjoyed the most. Light Bowgun was actually really fun. Coming second to last, the Heavy Bowgun. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It is you guys, my Iron Breakers. Obviously, you guys are going to go for, the melee weapons. It's in our blood. As Iron Breakers, melee weapons are in our blood. So maybe I shouldn't be that surprised. But I do know that I tend to meet quite a few gunners in the hunts that I've done. Particularly in Monster Hunter World, I seem to get a lot of people with sticky Heavy Bowgun and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, coming in second place, we have the bow. And in first place, the Insect Glaive. Now, this was quite unexpected, considering the initial reactions that people had to the Insect Glaive. But I guess with, the conversations that me and Gaijin had talking about the Insect Glaive, I guess that changed some people's minds, maybe. I don't know. But either way, Insect Glaive, 44%. In this poll. It was redonkulous. But then again, that's probably also due to the fact that they were teamed up with the ranged weapons. Like I said, you guys, Iron Breakers, you tend to be more inclined to the melee side of things. Now, initially, I wasn't planning on doing a loser's bracket, but because people really complained about that second poll due to the fact that there were a lot of really good weapons on the second poll, which again, I'll bring up again, it wasn't my call. I just put things the way they were in the official website. I decided, okay, let's do a loser's bracket. This was also when I decided that I was going to just eliminate the dual swords, the dual blades, because they were the lowest voted weapon of all by a long shot. Well, maybe not a long shot, because Light Bowgun was also 13%, but they were still the lowest ones, so I had to get rid of a weapon. Dual blades were gone. Now, in the loser's bracket, we have the Gun Lance, the Light Bowgun, the Heavy Bowgun, and the Hammer. And you guys, once again, just completely threw the Light Bowgun and the Heavy Bowgun straight in the trash with 8% each. The Lance coming in as the third place of this vote at 15%, but only 2 weapons come out of the loser's bracket. This is all made so that it fits better with the 5 options that we get. It's kind of like to balance things out. So the Lance comes in third place, 15%. Gun Lance comes in second place, 26%. And Hammer comes in first place with a staggering, pun intended, 43%. Alrighty then. Now we move on to the semifinals, where at this point I actually started picking the positioning of the weapons. And the way that I positioned was like, okay, let's put the ones that were more popular kind of like together, and the ones that were maybe less popular together, so that they have a bit of a fighting chance amongst themselves. And so for the first round of semifinals, we had the Hunting Horn, the Great Sword, the Long Sword, the Charge Blade, and the Insect Glaive. And out of the semifinals, only 2 weapons moved forward. Coming in lowest was the Insect Glaive at 13%. And right next to it was the Longsword. You guys do me proud. You guys do me proud. And by the way, all of you Longsword mains out there that are getting upset, make sure to check out the previous video that I did so that you guys understand why I talk about certain weapons like this. The one where I say why I hate certain weapons in Monster Hunter, which I get it. The title is a little bit of a clickbaity, debate kind of thing, but I just needed something to drive home the point that a lot of people don't seem to get when they watch one of my videos. So if you're like reading maybe something into my reactions about each of the weapons and you guys are getting a little bit confused, you should watch that video. It clarifies a lot of things. So yeah, Insect Glaive came in dead last, 13%. Longsword, second to last, 16%. Great Sword, third place, 19%. Second place went to the Charge Blade at 24%. And the number one winner of the first round of semifinals was the Hunting Horn. That dude stick just keeps on giving, am I right? Now for the second round of semifinals, we had Sword and Shield, Switch Axe, Hammer, Gun Lance, and Bow. Coming in last, we had the Bow with 8%. 8%. Like I said, my Iron Breakers, they like their melee weapons, so sorry, Bow, you're gone. Coming in fourth place. It hurts every time. Every time I look at this poll, it hurts, okay? It's like that Russian kid meme of like, where is the Great Sword? Great Sword is here. Where is the Charge Blade? The Charge Blade is here. And where is the Gun Lance? The Gun Lance is here. The Gun Lance is here. Gun Lance came in fourth place at 15% and got eliminated. Very disappointing. Third place, Sword and Shield, 21%. Thus making both of my two favorite weapons eliminated. Second place goes to the Hammer at 24%. And first place with a bullet to the Switch Axe at 32%. That means that for the finals, we ended up having Switch Axe, Hunting Horn, Hammer, and Charge Blade. And right before I read this part, I actually just refreshed it because this is so friggin' tight. It is so incredibly tight. But the time has come. Coming in at fourth place for the Monster Hunter Rise All Weapons Tournament was the Hammer. Coming in tied for third and second place. They're tied and they're super close to the first place. But coming in tied for third and second place on the Monster Hunter Rise All Weapons Tournament are the Hunting Horn and the Charge Blade. And coming in first place, therefore, the most popular weapon as selected by you, not me, by you, the almighty Switch Axe. And these percentages are crazy, people, okay? We got Switch Axe at 28%, Hunting Horn and Charge Blade at 27%. It's literally winning by 1%. If you check this post tomorrow, it might not be the winner, but I gotta draw the line somewhere. But basically just know all three of these weapons are the winners. They're the three most popular weapons in the game, with the Switch Axe on top, but not by much. Very, very close. And I gotta say, at the end of this, it is kind of surprising that the Switch Axe ended up winning. I really thought that the Hunting Horn was going to take it home. And I'm very surprised that Charge Blade went as far as it did, because I didn't really like it that much in the demo personally. Like, there were just some things about it that didn't feel as nice. I didn't like the Silkbind arts as much, I guess, but there's going to be obviously different Silkbind arts. We've seen some of them in some of the trailers and stuff like that. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. There's still a lot of stuff about that weapon that we're going to be seeing moving forward. But this is pretty awesome. I had a blast doing these. I got to be honest. I really appreciate how many of you guys came in here to vote for this stuff, and it was really funny to see day in, day out, despite the fact that you did my Gunlance dirty, and I'll never forgive you. I will never forgive you for what you did to my Gunlance. But you know I like the underdog weapons, so the Gunlance continues to be the underdog, and that's okay. I still love my baby girl. The Gunlance and the Sword and Shield, they're still going to be the weapons that I'm going to be playing when Monster Hunter Rise comes out. But, yeah. What you guys thought about that? Did your weapon make it to the top? Did your weapon not make it to the top? Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy this video, hit the dislike button. That's what it's there for. Feedback is important. Usually enjoy my content, subscribe, bell notification icon, all of that stuff. And remember, this Monday, we're going to be getting the special digital event this Monday and Tuesday, as well as there's like a special community live stream on Wednesday. So I'm going to be streaming all of that here on the channel. So if you want to watch it with me, then feel free to show up. I'm probably going to be posting events on the channel soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.